Well, this summer, because of the coronavirus, COVID-19, it's been kind of sad because we weren't able. First of all, we weren't able to have children's camp, and we haven't had. We had stopped Team Kid on Wednesday nights back in March, and also children's Sunday school on Sunday mornings. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to one day when we start that up again. But at children's camp the last few years, we've had an awesome time. And also, we are getting ready here in about a week and a half to have our outdoor vacation Bible school, where we're taking measures to keep the kids and their families safe. It's called Concrete and Cranes Vacation Bible School. Jesus is our strong foundation. But I've noticed that a lot of times we think, oh, they're just kids, and think, well, kids, they don't know anything, and certainly they are still learning. But I want to tell you that God does big things in the lives of little people. In fact, some of the most important things that kids, that human beings learn, they learn when they're kids. We learn some very important lessons really from day one. And I also believe in utero, before we're even born, that kids learn things. And I want to tell you, God does big things in the lives of little people. I want to mention one particular illustration right now from the Bible in the first in each of the four Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. All of them, they cover this one particular miracle that Jesus did. This is found in all four Gospels, and that is the feeding of the 5,000. And we talk about, well, there's 5,000 men that were sitting there, and they all got fed, and there was 12 baskets of fragments. There was leftovers, and I like eating leftovers, but you hear about the 5,000 men, but don't forget about one little boy. That God did something big in that little boy's life. Jesus did something huge in that little boy's life, and I would like to know what happened to the little boy that Andrew found that had 5 small barley loaves and 2 fishes, and that he was willing to share his lunch with other people. Jesus had been teaching, and he told the disciples, go and get these huge crowds something to eat. They're hungry. And the disciples will send them away. A whole year's wages wouldn't be enough to feed all these people. It's too much. And Jesus said, you feed them. And they found this little boy. And, somebody says it's a miracle that he hadn't already eaten his 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. Those little boys, it seemed like, man, how do they eat so much? But God did something big. Jesus did something big in a little boy's life that day. As that little boy, can you imagine how big his eyes got? And when little ones see the power of God, not in a fairy tale, folks, this is fact, but the power of God, things that God can do, and when they become to see how God created the heavens and the earth by the power of His Word. Now, anybody who's watching this that doesn't believe that God created the heavens and the earth, I am challenging you to examine the evidence and find out that this was created by God who spoke, let there be light, and so forth. But when a kid sees and they come to a point of faith, and they see all the things that God has done for them, they see the powerful things, and most important, the powerful thing of Jesus Christ dying for the sins and rising from the dead, and then He's come. I want to tell you that God can do something big in little people's lives, and He's still doing that. He wants to do something big in your life, whether you're a little one or you're an old one, because God loves you. I love you. I'll talk to you later.